What's
a
up?
deception over you, some magic.
After Christmas,
I just heard
we made
Capricorn.
6:45 a.m. I'm listening to tarot.
He's jealous of your relationship. Yeah, he's getting attacked.
I just got the
Ooh.
notification that
Yeah,
my
look at
live is
him.
on.
He was trying to do this to you guys.
Let's
He
see.
was trying to end you or something. He's jealous of you or your connection, your relationship.
I still cannot believe how
Yeah, he's screaming and stuff. He's
people
having
spend money on going
emotional
to do
outbursts and stuff.
witchcraft, trying to harm
He was
people
spiritually attacking
because
you. Possibly you and a
they can't
soulmate.
manage their emotions. It's really crazy to me, but
You're protected from anything
I
he's trying
thank
to do
God
or whatever.
for
You didn't deserve that.
His
He was
peace and
trying
His
to attack some
protection.
innocent person or people.
And I
Yeah,
guess
some of
that's
y'all, I
really
just
all
heard
I
you're
want to
never
say. I
leaving
don't
your
have much
person.
to
You're
say.
never leaving your spouse.
I'm just documenting that I'm
You
still
feel
alive.
vulnerable.
The day
Yeah, he
before
has
Christmas, I
no
was going to go
spiritual
to Walmart
protection.
and I
Some
had a
witch that you
spiritual
guys paid is
intervention that
just
said,
attacking
don't
him
go
and
there.
stuff.
So I ended up at Target
Curse work over him.
and it appeared that a Caucasian fellow was following me. And when I say Caucasian, I mean
Wow,
his
yeah, he was
skin was
trying to
white.
compete with
So
someone.
I
Six
started
of
asking
Swords.
God, well,
You're
who
moving
is
on.
this? Are they following me?
Devil
Yes.
reverse. The magic or
And
power he thought he had
what
over you, he
is
does not
his
have.
nationality? First, I was
It's
thinking
backfiring.
maybe
Devil reverse. Ten of
Albanian.
Cups. He
Then I
sees you guys in the
thought
Ten of Cups,
Russian.
happily ever
And God
after, or
said
something
no.
like
And then
that,
I
and
said,
peace and
well,
bliss.
what
He could have been
ethnicity?
doing
And I got
magic over your
Armenian.
relationship, a marriage, a
So
family dynamic, your
why would an
kids.
Armenian be following me?
That's what he
I know a lot of
gets.
those hacker rings
Yeah,
are
some of y'all, he was trying to
composed
get you to. I'm
of
hearing he was trying to
people
get you to
from
leave
like
your person.
Russia, Armenia,
He was doing dark prayers over you. I'm hearing Taurus. He sees you guys getting wish fulfillment.
Taurus,
He sees your guys' dreams coming true or something like that.
Lawrence. Okay, so Lawrence. Maybe Lawrence doesn't know
Page
that
of
they faked his
Pentacles.
death.
Yeah,
They told me he
someone,
was
you guys are
dead,
paying
so
someone that
he
does
might think that I just left
curse
his
work
house
professionally or something. A
and
witch?
didn't come back. But
That witch is working really,
they
really
told me he
hard
was
or something
dead.
like that.
What I realize now
They're
with
really good
these
at
schemes
what
and
they do. They do
plots
that. They do that professionally. Some of y'all, this is
that
a
these
witch. Like
people do
they
to
do witchcraft and stuff
separate
like that for a living.
relationships or to keep people isolated so that they can maybe try to kill
Yeah,
them
that
with
witch. I'm hearing something like she makes a
spells and
lot of
magic.
money.
One party is thinking one thing while the other party is thinking something else.
You're more in love now than ever. I just heard.
I wonder,
Yeah.
people are pitiful.
Something about a divorce. I'm hearing.
90% of people are
Some of you
pitiful.
guys, this person, you guys could be divorcing him, or he was trying to get you guys to divorce someone.
And for the record, I've never been married, so I don't
Yeah.
know,
I keep seeing this
these
judgment reversed outside of
imposters.
swords. Yep.
I don't know how many
It's
times they've
affecting him.
used
It's
my
affecting his
identity
mental.
to marry me
Ooh,
to particular
whoa. Yeah,
people
you guys are protected.
and
It's about
get
to stay on top of the deck. Nine of
resources,
Wands.
whether that's child
Someone paid
support,
someone. Six of Pentacles, top of the deck. See right behind that. Ooh,
inheritances,
wow.
houses, my unemployment, my
Mm,
stimulus checks, my,
that's what it get.
what's that thing?
Some of you guys,
Okay,
I'm hearing he was
unemployment
trying to create
benefits.
stagnation in your life or
And
stop
I don't
stagnate
apply
something,
for
slow
Medicaid. So
something down. You
for
guys are
whoever is
twins.
going to the doctor using my
Yeah,
name
you guys could
or a
be
Medicaid card
turbulence or
registered
something in the
under
past or
my
chaos.
identity, that is definitely not me. I don't take any
Come on, twin.
medications from any
He's on the five of
allopathicians.
swords and stuff with you
So
guys.
if there's any
Trying to get you
prescriptions
to
under my
divorce him
name,
off.
that is not me. I
You're
don't
very
know
attached
who
to him or something's
is
going
doing
on.
this. Some sick person. I think some pregnant lady used my identity
King of swords reversed, hanged
and
over here.
my Medicaid
Yeah,
card.
this is him.
I already reported
He
this
can't see
to
something. He don't understand something. He don't know
Winewood,
something. He
to
gets
the
his say so.
Inspector General of DCF, and I
He
asked
was
them to
trying to
shut down
manipulate
the
you or possibly
Medicaid
your
account if
relationship.
it is active. And I'll do
He
that
was trying to
again this
manipulate the
year.
twin flame
I
relationship.
guess every quarter I'm going to have to call and make sure they aren't using
Never,
benefits.
ever,
And the blessing now with this computer and technological age is they can see within the doctor's office who comes in, the car that they drive up in. They can see it all. And so it's a tedious process. I just have to be blowing the whistle again and again and again. And eventually, all these people will end up in prison, prayerfully. And I really want to do something to make it so hackers get more time. These white collar crime committers, I think a good 10 years will stun them and maybe change their mind. So I hope to work to make those things happen, make those changes. It seems like Donald Trump is no nonsense. He kind of reminds me of Grady Judd. Let me see. What's the sheriff's name in Polk County? He has a zero tolerance for what is taking place with these, um, well, over in Polk, they have a lot of, well, I'm not going to say they have a lot of, but he has been working to crack down on human trafficking, drugs, and the pedophiles.
She
And
she makes
so
a lot of money. That's a witch that does that for a living.
I this witch thing, this whole going to people to cross up another person's life, that's going to be something that people are going to be getting a lot of prison time for. Before the technological age, and I'm going to say before the age of Aquarian really stepped into its essence, people were able to get away with it during the Piscean era. Now, as the energetic shift takes place, people can feel that something is different. People can feel that something is wrong. They don't know how to put words to it because many people have disbelieved in magic, the manipulation of energy fields. And now with the cartoons, there is, I think, a shift in perspective, and Americans now understand that it is definitely a real science. Many people coming from other countries, they already gave magic its reverence and respect because they've seen things in their country with their ancestors. However, something happened in America where the shift was so focused on living a good life, getting a piece of the American pie, that the spiritual manipulation really took a back seat. When you think of witchcraft, people think of the Salem witch trial. And what century was that in? Let's see. I'm going to see if I can look it up. That's been a lot of years ago. I guess the hackers are out here arresting my computer. They Salem witch trial. Salem witch trial was in what year? Salem.
According to Peabody Essex Museum, the Salem witch trials took place from the summer of 1692 through the fall of 1693.
Wow, that's really been a lot of years ago. So I don't know how they got people to stop believing that people were doing witchcraft on them. I remember when my mother would cook and my grandmother would cook, they would be like, "Don't you go in there in my kitchen, don't you touch my pots." And I never understood that. Now, I just had my 54th birthday, November 24th. I'm still celebrating my birthday. I am celebrating my birthday until January 24th. I was a preemie. I was born at 7 months, so I'm celebrating the 2 years that I might have been in my mother's birthday to acknowledge that had I stayed in my mom's womb, I would have been born on January 24th. And during my birthday month, I ask people, strangers mostly, to help me. I usually wear either a happy birthday tiara or a happy birthday pin. I put a couple of bucks under there to encourage people to give me money. When I was a little girl, during birthdays, the old men would always give you money for your birthday. And I wonder, the women didn't really do that. The older women in the church, they didn't really acknowledge your birthday, but the old men did. I wonder what's the significance of that. I don't have time to dwell on that right now. But now, because people put things in your food, put things in your drinks, this has been happening a lot, but people don't want to talk about it. It's another taboo topic that they don't want to talk about. And the same way they tried to keep homosexuality swept under the rug, it came bursting out into society. And I think this whole spiritual manipulation, witchcraft, whatever you term it, is going to come bursting out of the seams. They're working on, there's already legislation that makes it illegal. Let me, hold on. I remember a couple of years ago when I was talking to, no. A couple of years ago when I was listening to the professional high priestess, Daisy, she was talking about her book and how people were being identified as manipulating energy, witchcraft. Okay, so it says witchcraft is not illegal in the United States, but some countries still have laws against it. In the 1980s, the District Court of Virginia ruled that witchcraft is a valid religion and that people who practice it are entitled to the same constitutional protections as other religions. In 2009, the Fifth U.S. Circuit, dang it, Court of Appeals ruled in favor of Santeria practitioner who was suing the city of Euless, Texas, for telling him he could no longer perform animal sacrifices as part of his religious practice. Okay, so I guess when it gets into gang stalking, when people are gang stalking is a heavy part of these coven rituals where they work to isolate you, clandestinely move behind the scenes to get you fired, to get you put out of your apartment, to make it easier to sacrifice you, as in killing you. So it's illegal to sacrifice animals. I'm pretty sure it is, let me correct what I just said. According to what we just saw on the Google search, it is legal to sacrifice animals. However, I am certain it is still illegal to sacrifice human animals or people. And in most cases of witchcraft, people come together in groups and they call themselves covens, or they are given the label of covens. And if they are trying to negatively affect the life of a person, there may be 3 people in a coven. There may be sub-coven groups that are working on the person. I know in my situation, when I'm out in the world, I see the same cars. And before I started videotaping the cars, When they had their little coven meetings, you would just see them circle around the block, circle around the block, circle around the block. And I'm like, wait a minute, now I done seen that car circle around this block 10 times. That's not a coincidence. So I started praying and asking God what was going on. And then I felt comfortable saying it out loud and recording it and asking the people that saw the recording now, did you see that same car circle this block 3 times, or is this my imagination? Because many people still feel like witchcraft is taboo. And when you say, they're trying to hex me, they're trying to curse me, they're trying to kill me, many Americans automatically just assume that you're crazy, you're paranoid, that people are not really killing people with this witchcraft techniques. And I anticipate it's a conversation that we will be having more. And people give their personal information away. They allow themselves to be accessible to these people. And even these, when you go to the bathroom, the little containers that they have for you to put your menstrual hygiene products that have been used in these little containers, it's all very dangerous. And if you've ever been around a person who does witchcraft, the way they think is different. They'll be like, "Girl, cover your head. Don't put your pads in there. Don't leave your toothbrush out," because they either do things to people and they know what can be done with personal effects, or they've seen what was done to somebody else, or they've had it done to themselves. And as a result of the things that have happened to me, I try to forewarn people, but most people, because they have been misled by the freedom of America, they don't understand how they put themselves in harm's way. And when you try to explain it to them, they just brush you off and be like, "Girl, you tripping." Really? And then you see them 30 years later on a bus bench, with 5 teeth, unkept hair, you know, and you want to say, well, remember when I was trying to help you, and they still won't make the connection. What I perceived from my religious upbringing is that if you don't believe in it, it can't affect you. And I tried to believe that for many years, but my life just kept moving in a downward spiral. And it's like, well, God, I am too brilliant to be broke. So what's going on? It was 1747 on the timer when I said that, and I just kept begging God to let me know what was going on. And my dad tried to warn me of people that were around me that he said did roots. And I didn't believe my dad, so I just brushed that shit off. And to my negligence, those people that I gave access to my body and my energy field, they used me. They used my energy. They took, blood products and this and that. And they went to energy manipulators to manipulate my life and brought me down, 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 down. So now here I am in the pit making mud pies and becoming a very wealthy woman as I work to get myself up out of this pit. The reason I can still be grateful and thankful is because God is answering my questions and helping me to understand why and how you can be such a brilliant person and still be broke, only to find out I'm not broke. I'm wealthy. So if you're wealthy, why do you look broke? Because the witches and warlocks and their little coven members have been siphoning my wealth in every sense of the word. Now that I know and I have waged war back against the witches and warlocks, it's a real fight. These people kill people. Amen. The rat just said amen. It could be a squirrel up there. I'm assuming it's a rat though. And they planned to kill me, but God said no. My ancestors said enough. You will not. You will not. And since I sided with the creator and the ancestors this lifetime, I'm still here. So we're breaking generational curses. We're whistleblowing on the witches and warlocks in my family. And I don't think I've identified all of them. I was just earlier this month looking up Eve. Can I say her last name? No. My mom's sister. Can I say that? No. But wait a minute. As I've been looking up people in my family on this tablet, I'll go look and then I'll come back and then it's gone. So it's like, huh, there's several hackers that mess around in my phone. Well, my daughter's phone and my tablet. I'm gonna see if I can. When I first looked her up, her picture was there. The university that she works for was there, and then when I went back, it was gone. Kind of like me. When you look me up, you see no connection to 6010 North 32nd Street or to my mom's house in Valrico at 1316 Kill Place. And they have been trying to erase me from these things to cover up the fact that they stole my inheritance. So they want to make it seem like, oh no, she ain't owned nothing around here. She wasn't never on it. They wanted to rewrite history. And it's really unfortunate that people are that way, but people are that way. There's a lot of business owners whose business is fortified by other people's wealth. They steal from other people behind the scenes. They'll even kill those people and take their stuff. And they have corrupt judges, I'm alleging, and corrupt attorneys that help them to hide their crimes. Okay, so now I'm looking for Willie George Starks. That's my granddaddy Doug's name. And he's nowhere in here anymore. I guess the hackers have. They've been off a little bit because I have been doing an excellent job of reporting things. Willie Frank Starks. Excuse me. Yeah, nothing is coming up now when I do the search. Let me see. Mr. Willie Starks, who died April 21st of 2020. I don't know that person. So let's just do this. I put it on my website. This thing has 3% battery power, so what would be the most important thing to do, God? Look me up, look Granddaddy Doug up. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna see Willie George Stark, obituary, Route 1, Pike County. Maybe I'll put Georgia. Maybe that'll make a difference. Okay, Willie passed away. Let me see. So I'm gonna go in here. McDowell's Funeral Home, maybe. This is what it comes up with, so no. So let's just do this. The people who mess around in our tablets, they were full time. So maybe they kind of dropped off because um, maybe they kind of dropped off because of the conversation I've been having online. So let's look up Lawrence and see if Lawrence Alexander Cambridge is still in here as being dead. Allegedly, they had a funeral for me, and there was a young guy that worked at the pool, and he was looking at me weird, and I thought the young man was responding to my teeth being gone, right? And I now think that he was looking at me like that because he saw an obituary of me, and he's like, that lady dead. I saw that at, I think he was connected to Donnie. So when I put in Lawrence Alexander Cambridge obituary, Tampa, Florida, this is what's coming up. So me. Okay, so this says A.J. Desmond and Sons funeral. Let's see. That says Lawrence J. Alexander. University of Cambridge, Lawrence Alexander. Okay, so they done took it out, I guess. So maybe it was fake. Lawrence. So now I'm going to say Lawrence Alexander Cambridge, and I'm going to put in his 3202 East Jean Street. I think that's his address, if I remember correctly. Tampa, Florida. And let's see what comes up. Okay, so now I put that in, and this is what comes up. Distributor Settlement Agreement. What is that? Obituaries, Milwaukee. Public list of consenting medical cannabis program practitioners. Okay, so Lawrence Alexander Cambridge, 3202 East Jean Street. Now that says PA office. Let's see if we have enough juice to open this document. Okay, so this says distributor settlement agreement. I don't know what that means. Okay. I'm having a hard time holding this and doing that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Settlement agreement dated July 21st, 2021. I don't know what this legal document is. It looks like a legal document anyway. Bar, case specific resolution, claim, consent judgment, designated state New York, effective date 60 calendar days, enforcement committee. What is this? Litigating subdivision. I don't see any names. Prepayment notice, released claims, released entities, releasors, KKK, settlement class resolution, JJJ, revocation event, LLL, settlement fund, MMM, settlement fund administrator. Let's get to the end of the document and see if we can find any signatures. So much corruption has been done using my name. I don't know what kind of foolishness I'm a part of. This is a pretty long document. I'm at page 49. If a lawsuit including a released claim survives until the suspended deadline for that lawsuit, the settlement fund administrators shall calculate the suspension amount applicable to the next payment due from the settling distributor at issue and apportioned to the state of the later litigating subdivision and to the subdivision in that state, provided, however, that the suspension amount for a payment year cannot exceed the suspension cap. The suspension amount shall be paid into the settlement fund escrow account if the suspension amount exceeds the suspension cap for the payment for that payment year. Then the remaining amount will be paid into the settlement fund escrow and the following payment year, subject to the suspension cap for the payment year, and so forth. Child, please. Oh, the dog is throwing up. I hope he didn't eat anything out in that yard yesterday. Okay, so this is the reason I probably don't want to be an attorney. You see all these pages? I don't understand why things have to be so seemingly complicated. This document is 315 pages. That's what I was just looking at when I scroll. 31 of 315 pages. Now, that's going to take me all night to read that foolishness. When am I going to enjoy my grandchildren or my life or do my hair, do my nails, you know, watch a good movie? Child, please. So I'm going to see with my last little, for some reason I'm thinking I should look up Thomas Stewart. I don't know why. I'm still trying to find out who married me and sold my portion of my estate. It's coming up, Thomas Stewart obituary. I'm going to put Lutz, Florida. I think that's considered Lutz where he lives. For some reason, I feel like he is a big part of my problem. Stewart Associations, Jan Smith, Johnston and Stewart Government Strategies. Okay, so Thomas Stewart lives in Melbourne, Margate, Lutz, Hillsborough County Public School homepage. Thomas Stewart went to, graduated from. You see that? That's why I think hackers can just mess around. Went to, graduated from C. Leon High School, 1978, Brooksville. So that must be his son, the junior. And here we go. Okay, Thomas Stewart. Detailed by entity homeowners. Stewart Manor Homeowners Association, Inc. Filing information, document number in, I don't know how many zeros that is, 126. And then it goes into Thomas Lutz. That's somebody different. Okay, well, I just want people to tell me the truth and reconnect me with my wealth. I don't want people not to live good, but don't live good off of me. So who else do we need to look up? John Waldron. There was somebody else's name that was striking me as somebody I should look up before. I hate when I lose my thought that way. Let's look up me. Let's look up my brother Anthony. He probably has killed himself off and he has a new identity, but let's see what comes up when I just put Anthony K. Atkins. Okay. Okay, Anthony K. Atkins doing business as Milestone Construction Contractors. That's not him. Okay, that's Deputy Constable Kareem Anthony Atkins. And this is what I'm learning. These pictures aren't necessarily real. They create fake images all the way around. So let's see, Anthony Atkins. This is probably the white guy, Anthony Atkins, right here, that they created. Yeah, he's into martial arts or something. Okay, so that is Anthony Atkins videoed. Anthony Atkins Sr. There's a Caucasian guy that is into martial arts. Let's see. University of Staffordshire. Part-time lecturer in computing and digital technology. Strength and fracture, Anthony Atkins G, middle initial. Let's see. Lutz, Florida. Okay, so maybe when you look up a particular... Okay, so that's all that comes up under Anthony Atkins. So maybe they're doing those take me out of the database. So let's look up my sister Alva. All my siblings are fraud workers, and they've subjected my life to this fraud by stealing my identity. Okay, Alva Atkins, substitute teacher, Kelly Educational Services. That's her. Flag Bakery LLC, Division of Corporation, Jacksonville, Florida. Yep, so she has a bakery in her name. Amber Atkins. That's a title. Let's see. So maybe this is why they keep trying to send me to Jacksonville, Florida. She done put something in my name. She's got mail in my name coming to that address. Jacksonville Bakery. Let's see. Okay. Flag Bakery LLC. That's her. United States Corporation Agents Inc. 476 Riverside Avenue, Jacksonville, Florida. Change 6/11/2024. Okay. Alva M. Atkins. No annual reports filed. And she could be a victim of identity theft too, but LLC name change. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good bakery. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good bakery. Flag Bakery. Where's the signature? $55 to certify it. Flagbakery@gmail.com. You see the filing paperwork? That's why I don't trust a lot of it. That's the way they do when they're scamming. I mean, do you mean to tell me a federal governmental agency can't provide a stamp that actually works? All right, so I guess everybody got businesses and they decided we're just gonna let this food go to the wayside. If she can't get in where she fit in, then okay. So fruits and vegetables to your meal, wealth. Ava R. Atkins, body craves real nourishing food. Next, get grounded. Literally, take off your shoes. Ava Atkins, underdog 0726. Okay, me and my sis always have a time when we get together, September 14th. Ava R. Atkins. I wonder what sister. Okay, so that is not my sister. Congratulations, Ava R. Atkins, brand new Jeep Wrangler dream car purchased. Okay. Ava Atkins, Ponta Verda Beach, Florida. Okay, so Josh Starks is congratulating. Christmas is here. Look at the screen on the brand new Jeep Wranglers. Ava Atkins Engineering LPD Associate Graphics something. Ava Atkin with no S. Essence Atkin. Okay. Okay, so one of my nieces is Ariel Crystal Atkins. Let's see. And let's look up Ashley Crystal Atkins. Okay, so Ashley Crystal Atkins. Let's see, she's got a business too, Fort Lauderdale. Okay, so it went dead. The tablet went dead. I don't have any problem with people prospering, but don't misuse other people's information. When I get ready to use my resources, they're gone because you all have decided that you're going to steal my identity. And then when I contact the ICE Department of Homeland Security, FBI, CIA, y'all got problems. Why do you have problems? Even if you're going to do that to me, don't you think you should pull me to the side and say, listen, sis, I was down bad and I did this against your name. I'm sorry. Let me make it up to you. Don't let me walk through the earth thinking I have a clear title. My children have clear titles and clear names, and y'all done use my children's name. So I have a daughter getting ready to turn 18, and I'm praying over her identity. Because as soon as they turn 18, these little con artists, they want to take their social security number and take their birth certificate and do little slick things with it. And my daughter is like, well, I want to get a job. I want to get a job. I know you want to get a job, but as soon as I give you your credentials and you go apply for work, they're going to let you work for about a month, get a good little paycheck. Then they follow us around all the time, so they know where we go. They know what we're doing. They're going to pay the person that hired you maybe $1,000 to give them your social security number and your birth certificate. And now they're going to go and mess up your whole identity. So let's move slow and let's go to the Social Security Department ahead of time and vital statistics, send them some information to let them know what's happening. And a lot of times, because the crime hasn't happened yet, they won't give you any protection. You got to wait until you get taken advantage of in order to report the crime. So I'm dealing with that because these people are ruthless. They're pitiful. These are professionals. Pretty much everybody in my family has a college degree. So that doesn't make a difference. They all go to church. They all so-called Christians. And the corruption that doesn't stop them. That doesn't stop them at all. And then they've been able to seemingly successfully pull their children into this foolishness. Now, I don't know if my nieces are knowing participants because they could have misused their information also. I don't know. But what I do know is everything that is mine by divine right is returning to me peacefully, prosperously, and is protected.